If I were a student today and I were trying to get ready for a career in media and communication, I would want to equip myself with a few skills. The first one is I'd like to be sure that I knew how to produce using desktop software. And that's everything from things like Macromedia Director and desktop illustration programs like Illustrator. Photoshop is a must. And then, of course, if you can have the ability and the access to learn things like Final Cut Pro, these are fundamental building blocks. Those who have these skills are visually literate in a way that's going to make them employable in the future. Those who don't have these skills are going to need to acquire them very quickly. But without those skills, it can be very tough to get started. So that's number one. Number two is I would become a consumer of all types of multimedia. You have to immerse yourself in the medium if you want to participate in it. So you have to immerse yourself as a consumer in it. And that means you should go out there and use every social media tool that's available. You should get yourself a flip camera and start posting videos to YouTube, start posting your photos to Flickr and so forth. Use these tools. In the software business, they have a term for it. They say you got to eat your own dog food. And it's a terrible term, but it's a very vivid image. If you're trying to get people to, to become consumers of a new type of content, you yourself have to taste it first and try it first. So that's the second recommendation is eat your own dog food if you're trying to make dog food. If you're trying to make multimedia, well, then you better get used to being a consumer of that. The third thing that I would do is learn from the masters. So look for the companies that are doing a superb job of expanding their brands across every medium, and then try to emulate them. Now, what's kind of neat about today, this particular moment in time, is there's no limitation. Anybody can enter. There's no barrier to entry. It seems like that's the case because the economy's tough and it's hard to find a job. But the fact is there's more access than there ever has been to making new types of entertainment. Camera equipment, the price of that has dropped tremendously. Editorial equipment, now you can do it on a computer. Just about any computer can handle basic editing functions. So this stuff is very accessible to people. So what I would do if I were a student right now is I would go look at ESPN 360, which is by far the best, in my opinion, version of sports as an experience on digital platforms. I would start to pay attention to that. I would sign up for and play some of the multiplayer games that are out there to find out how people participate in a collective narrative, a kind of an imaginary world. That might be something like Worlds of Warcraft, or if that doesn't appeal, then I would recommend that you check out casual games like Yahoo Games or Pogo to find out how massive numbers of people participate in interactive experiences together. Learn from the masters, and of course I'd recommend that you check out Oprah.com and keep your eye on Oprah, because she's always pioneering new ways to engage people in a conversation. She's always trying to find a way to connect with her audience and give them a chance for their voice to be heard. And so you'll find on Oprah.com we're constantly innovating new ways to use social media to engage our audience, to give them an opportunity to express themselves, to tell the story of their life, and thereby to find meaning in the experiences that they've had and share those with other people. So those are my 3 recommendations, and good luck to you. How's that? Hope that helped.